First and foremost, 2024, we are releasing all content. As you can see, I recorded this 2 years ago while I was pregnant. Yes, my son just turned 2, and I'm officially just releasing this video. Anyway, let's get into this glueless wig install. So there are 2 important factors when it comes to a glueless wig install. One is making sure the wig completely fits your client's head. 2 is what I'm about to show you here, the elastic band method. I'm using the adjustable strap elastic band. You can get this from Amazon, and here I am sewing it directly in the area that I know is going to fall in front of the ear. I used to use, needle and thread to do this portion, but 2 years later, I now sew this on with my heavy duty sewing machine so that the band lasts a bit longer. But the key to this is just making sure you're putting the elastic band in the correct area. You want it to fall literally adjacent to the ear. So you don't want to sew it any other place besides where you know it's going to fall before the ear. I'm going to have a more detailed video where I show you guys exactly where you should be measuring to sew this elastic band on. Now, a rule of thumb is sewing it directly in front of where the adjustable strap of the wig itself would actually lay if you had straps on the wig. Just keep that in mind. So when I was sewing by hand, I like to go back and forth. I didn't just do one stitch straight across. I went across and then I went back just so that I had 2 rows of stitches to really make sure that this elastic band did not come off from the cap or get loose in any way. But like I said, now here we are 2 years later, and I sew this on my heavy duty sewing machine. Now, the wig I use today is from my limited collection, and if you are an extension specialist and you are still not selling your own hair, what are you doing? Baby, you're leaving money on the table, okay? Whether you're creating the wigs yourself, whether you're sourcing them from a good vendor, you should be selling whatever extensions you're using on your clients. And here I am showing you guys the double stitch method, that I was talking about earlier. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, making sure that you're sewing the band in the same exact area and it is symmetrical. Now, if you didn't know, there are vendors out here that will literally do everything for you. This unit that you see me working on, I did absolutely nothing to. My vendor colored the hair, my vendor bleached the knots, my vendor made the wig. Girl, if you don't get it together for 2024 and get extensions on your website that you are selling, whether it be wigs, bundles, seamless clip-ins, whatever the case may be, get on it. Don't let nothing stop you. Okay? Nothing. When I put this wig on her head, y'all are going to be like, what? You did nothing to it? Yes, I did nothing. So first things first, you want to use the adjustable straps that comes with the wig, because this helps to pull the wig taut so that the lace frontal lays flat and seamlessly on your client's head, along with the adjustable strap that we added. For my braid down method, I like to put a braid across the back so that the comb in the back of the wig can slide right underneath, and I braid the rest of the braids straight back. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but if your units are customized to the gauze, you don't need a wig cap, baby. You really don't, especially if you're wearing it glueless. That friction from underneath the wig cap, from the wig cap being underneath the wig, it's just too much. It's just too much. The wig starts sliding back. We're not doing none of that. We don't do the ball cap method over here. So as you can see, I'm just tightening up the unit, and the frontal is already laying really flawlessly, and that's really the key. You want to make sure that the unit fits. A lot of the times when your units are not laying properly in the front as far as your frontal, it's because the wig doesn't fit. So I'm just putting on the unit, making sure that the ear tabs fall exactly where I want them, because that matters as well. I'm going to show you guys where you need to be cutting off those ear tabs to make sure that the frontal lays seamlessly across her scalp. Oh, forehead, I meant to say, sorry. You guys, look at this HD lace. Immaculate, okay? For glueless installs to really work, you want to make sure that you're working with a really good lace, and I recommend HD lace. Yes, it's pretty thin, but it's going to give you that look that you're going for, baby. It is. So I like to cut the lace into threes just to make sure that I am cutting it properly, that it's in front of the hairline exactly where I want it, and everything falls seamlessly. Look, I haven't even done anything yet. Though the two elastic bands in the back between the adjustable strap that came with the wig and the one that I added is what's giving us this effect or this illusion of the glueless wig, and we haven't even put on any product yet. When you are cutting the lace, use finer scissors because you'll be able to cut more at an angle. You want to do an upward and downward motion, kind of like zigzag, because if you cut any lace straight across, you're going to get horrible results. You're going to see it, and we want to create the illusion that confuses the eye, so always create a jagged line when you're cutting. When cutting the lace, be sure to leave like a slither of lace in front of the hairline. So do not cut directly at the hairline, but cut a little bit in front of the hairline, because the hairline is not what melts to your skin. It's the lace. We're not trying to give Dracula foreheads here. So cut. Leave a little bit of lace in front. Okay, let me show you guys. I'm going to zoom in just so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Can you see that extra piece of lace in front of the hairline? Perfect. And you guys, we literally haven't done anything. We literally just put our straps on. We haven't put any product on, and the lace is pretty much given. Let me know in the comments if you guys already love how the wig looks at this moment. At 7 minutes and 42 seconds, are you loving this hairline with no product? So I'm showing you guys one more time on the other side of the head. Cut in a zigzag motion. You do not want to cut straight across the hairline. And did I mention that I hardly did any plucking to this unit? Yeah, because my vendor does it too. All right, now that we have all the lace cut and the wig is on properly and where we want it in front of her hairline, let's get to the key of a glueless install. The one product that you must have, and that is Nairobi styling foam. Nairobi, no other foam, just Nairobi. Yes, Nairobi, 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 Nairobi. I don't want to hear no lot of body, nothing. Nairobi. Now, using an edge brush or a fine tooth comb, take that Nairobi and place it on the hairline of the unit, or on the lace I should say, and saturate the lace. Place the Nairobi foam on the back of your hand for easier access if you like I did, and comb the hair in the direction that you want it to fall as you are placing and saturating the Nairobi foam onto the lace. I love how foamy Nairobi foam gets. That's why I chose this one, and this is my favorite one. That's why a lot of body just does not match. I'm telling you, it doesn't live up to this hype here. You have to use Nairobi foam. It gets very foamy, but also no matter how much product you use, it doesn't get tacky, it doesn't get sticky, it doesn't get oily, it doesn't get greasy. I just love it. So here I am reinforcing the Nairobi foam with the Got To Be freezing spray. You can use a good holding spray or spritz or a melting spray, as many brands are coming out with melting sprays these days, and it'll do the job just right. Just make sure you do the foam first and then the spray. So this is back when I was using melt bands, elastic melt bands, when my brand was the T-Touch Luxury. I am now Prestige Hair Co., as you saw at the beginning. And I would put the elastic band on immediately after putting on the product. But now, I dry the product down first using a blow dryer before putting the melt band on or whatever I'm using to secure the lace, and let it melt, only because once the product is dry before you put the band on, it won't stick to it. Okay, now, so whatever you are using to melt the lace, in my instance right now, I'm using a melt band. You're going to have the client hold it to secure it to the lace, because you do not want this to slip and slide or move in any way, because you've already molded the lace and the hair in where you want it to be. So make sure they're holding it very securely as you secure the back. Make sure every part of the lace is covered, every single part, especially by the ears, because it will lift if not. I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but we need to make sure that we talk about how we're cutting the ear tabs. It's very crucial to how your frontal is going to lay during a glueless melt. So as you can see here, I'm going to put a line right there so you can see that you have to cut straight across and not at an angle. So when I say straight across, I mean literally straight across from the end of the eye across the ear and above the ear. No lace should be slanting below the ear, halfway down the ear, nothing. Okay, now back to the nitty gritty. So here you can place your client underneath the dryer, but I went right in with my blow dryer, and by hand I'm using a round brush, a ceramic round brush. I just like the smooth effect that this gives and how it starts the flattening process. I use it with the blow dryer having the nozzle on, so I can concentrate that heat. And I also like this part because, or like to do this because it also, you know, lends a hand to setting the way for when I start hot combing. So it already starts that like flattening process. Do you see that? Do you see it? Putting the client under the dryer is not going to give you that. I mean, of course it's going to dry the lace and all the product, but it's not going to smooth and lay that hair down like that. No, baby. So like I said, blow dryer by hand and a ceramic round brush. Make sure you're round brushing with a little bit of tension so you're really flattening that wig out as you are moving along. As you can see, I'm pressing with a little bit of tension just to make sure I really get it flat. Now, I know y'all girls like to tussle, but this right here is a staple. So instead of that wax stick that you guys are using, I'm using the Murray's Wax Pomade. It's literally the same product in a can, way cheaper. I think it's like $3, $4. Well, with the way inflation is going now, it probably cost $8, who knows? But I'm still in that same can, and that was 2 years ago. Don't judge me, judge your mother. So place it on all of the areas that you're about to hot comb, prep the areas, and it's going to do the same exact thing that the wax stick does as far as laying down all of those short hairs that you may have, or just aiding in the process of flattening the hair on the lace part as we are hot combing. So I am sectioning off some hair in the back of the frontal so I can use this to cover up that last weft so that we have a seamless look. We do not want any of the wefts showing in the back. So I like to section that part off first and then hot comb it backwards. My favorite hot comb to use is the Andis Hot Comb, and I love this electric hot comb because the cord is long and it gets really hot. Love, love, love. I got it from Amazon, but it has been sold out for a while. I'm not sure, but you can definitely check to see. I'm going to leave the link in the bio for you to check it out. Make sure when you're hot combing, you lead with the teeth, but flatten with the base. So the teeth is what guides you through the hair, but the base is what actually flattens and straightens out the hair. Make sure you do it in a quick motion. You don't want to burn the client, but you want to make sure you're really getting in there using a little bit of pressure to really make sure that the hair is straightening, flattening, and all that good stuff at the same time. And if it's one thing I'm going to do is never tell you a lie. And if I'm telling you a lie, so help me God. But I promise y'all, my vendor curled this wig. It came like this. I didn't do nothing to it. Literally took it out of the bag, put it on her head, and y'all are seeing me do everything that I did. That was it. So I touched up the curls, and we got her getting us some looks so y'all can see the final look. I definitely went back in and flattened it just a little bit more, and then we did some other things as far as like straightening it out, doing some other styles. But yep, this is it, a glueless wig install. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, what other videos you want to see from me. Let me remind you, that this video is 2 years old, so my techniques have definitely enhanced since then. So I'm going to definitely upload a updated video so you guys can see what they look like now. But for now, enjoy. on afterwards. We went in and did her second wig because she got 2 wigs from me at this appointment. So, yep, this wig is from my vendor. They did everything, color, pluck, customize, all that good jazz. But I wanted you guys to see just how good these wigs really are. And if you have the right vendor, you'll get a glueless wig.